Yes, yes, yes. It's Raphael Dawkins, Combat Radio, and today we take a look at an historical fight. We don't look at the fight itself, but we discuss it briefly, and then we give the context of why it is still of significance today. Okay, so where are we? Yeah, Rumble in the Jungle, 1974, featuring Muhammad Ali, rest in peace, and George Foreman. Okay, so that took place in 1974, which is approximately 45 years ago. 45 years ago. And you wonder, what is the significance of that fight? What is the significance of that fight in this particular instance? Well, let's get into it. Boom. Okay. So, as you see here, Luis Ortiz. Let's get into the significant portion. Okay. Words of Luis Ortiz. Ever since I saw my first fight, which was Muhammad Ali, on a small dingy TV back in Cuba, my dad introduced me to boxing. I wanted to be heavyweight champion. The images came over a flinty, flickering black and white TV. What little Luis Ortiz was able to make out on his tiny TV was impressive enough to change his life. That's how Ortiz was introduced to Muhammad Ali and to boxing, by tilting his head left and right to make out the greatest on a barely working Cuban television. Okay, so we come back to it. That is the significance of it. To Luis Ortiz, he watched the fight on a small, flickering black and white TV, sitting next to his father, who introduced him to the fight live. And that fight was, where are we? Rumble in the Jungle, as you see there, 1974. Now, apparently, Luis Ortiz watched this live with his father. And the significance of that is that fight, as we've mentioned, took place in 1974, which is approximately 45 years ago. 45 years ago. Which means, ladies and gentlemen, for all you mathematical people out there, you will realize the significance is that due to the fact that Luis Ortiz watched that fight with his father 45 years ago, one must only presume that he would have been a young lad at the minimum age of 5 years of age, 5 years old. You see those years. You see those years in his face. Yeah? So, if Luis Ortiz was 5 years of age when he watched Rumble in the Jungle 45 years ago. Hold on a second. Let me get my calculator out. Luis Ortiz watched Rumble in the Jungle when he was at least 5 years old. Rumble in the Jungle is 45 years old. Took place 45 years ago. And if Luis Ortiz was 5 years old when he watched it, that would make him a grand total of 50 years of age. 50. Luis Ortiz, ladies and gentlemen, is at least 48. That's if he was 3 years of age. To 45. That's if he was 5 years of age when he watched Rumble in the Jungle. Rumble, young man, rumble. So, The mystery of Luis Ortiz's age has finally been solved. Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally solved the riddle of Luis Ortiz's age. Rumble in the Jungle, 1974, 45 years ago. Luis Ortiz, 5-year-old boy, makes him a grand total of 50 years of age. If he was 3, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. If he was 3, then he is 48 years of age. So we have a span, a margin of error of around 2 years. Luis Ortiz is at least 48 years of age and up to 50 years of age. Now, the only question is does that make Luis Ortiz the best old man fighter ever in the history of the sport? I don't know. Let the boxing historians come forth and deliver their verdict. Has there ever been a 48 to 50-year-old man who has performed on this level? Ever in the history of the modern day sport? I don't know. I think he might even pip George Foreman. But no, he doesn't pip George Foreman because George Foreman came back and became champion, numero uno. At last, we know the true age of Luis Ortiz. 45 years of age to 50 years of age. Rumble in the Jungle. Rumble, young man, rumble. This has been Raphael Dawkins. It's Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. It's about the likes. It's the subscribes, it's the comments, it's the shares, and it's the hitting that bell icon. It's Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio, and I'm out.